Alright, and here we go, going into week number 7 of the UNPL, facing up against Sableye. It looks like we are all nice and connected. Let's see who they decided to bring. We are going to see the Garchomp, which is fine. That thing is definitely very scary, as that's probably the thing that would sweep me if anything does on this team. Hisuian Samurott, the Pecharunt, the Kilowattrel. What else did they bring? They got the Hariyama, which is their Terra Captain. So let me mark down that. And the Metagross. So they were all forms of hazards, potentially for me. So no Indeedee, no Enamor's Tea. No Enamor's Tea is super nice. No Superior is also nice. And no Cryogonal. So they actually didn't bring their hazard removal, which sucks, because that means that I totally could have brought hazards this game and been in a really great spot. But that's fine. I think my lead is going to be the Thundy T. The worst case is they lead Chomp, which is definitely like a very valid lead, but I think against anything else, I lead really well against them. I can U-turn pretty freely on anything, except for like, I think if like the Kilo leads, I just get up a Dark Pulse to get damage off on that Garchomp coming in. Otherwise, we're in a really good spot against anything that they lead with. My win con, I think I want it to be, I think if I get a rapid spin up with Tusk, I can win the game with that. Once I figure out what Hariyama's, what is called Hariyama's Terra type is, which can be either normal, fairy, or grass. I think fairy makes the most sense. Grass also isn't a bad option though. So look up into our opponent, of course. They're gonna lead off with Kilowattrel, which is really awesome. This is like a great lead for me, of course. I mean, they really can't do a ton to me. So I'm just free to Dark Pulse against this thing. I could also Sludge Bomb to try to get a poison on Garchomp, but I think Dark Pulse just for the damage so that it's in range of like Primarina or anything else on my team. If it tries to be like a setup variant, which it definitely probably will be in this game, I think just best for me. So we're going to see a U-turn come out, which makes sense. U-turn on this Kilowattrel. And I imagine you go into Chomp. I mean, Chomp is just really free. You could also go Hariyama, I suppose, which is why I kind of thought that Terra Grass makes sense. Is for being a Thundy pivot. But I'm in a good spot here, of course. Yeah, I think Chomp will definitely be more of an offensive variant, since they already have everything else to set up hazards. They don't need to breed hazards on this thing. We're going to get a big Dark Pole soft though, and do probably like 25% to this thing. I'm going to pivot out, go into my Primarina, see what they opt to do. If they set up hazards, it's a little bit annoying, but that's fine because their Spin Blocker and Pecharunt has to deal with a Great Tusk. So that's always really good for us that we have that type advantage there. But we are going to get off a lot of chip on Garchomp, and now this thing is just always in range of Primarina unless it's like Rosalie Berry. So we're going to see what this thing wants to do here. That was a really good Dark Pulse for us. We're going to see a double on their part, maybe predicting my Primarina to come in, as we're going to see Pecharunt come out. So good double. Once they have T-Spikes, that would be really annoying. So I low-key want to pivot out into... I didn't bring my Quillfish, so I don't have a choice but to get poisoned with something. They're going to see them Air Balloon. I'm going to pivot out into, I want to say Scrafty. I think Scrafty's a good lead. If they go with Parting Shot, their pivot into me would be probably Hariyama, and I can get a big Super Fang off. If they Parting Shot right away, it's annoying. I'm hoping they'll just like attack and just kind of scout and see what they want to do, because Moisture Chain is pretty free since I didn't bring my Skarmory this game. Quillfish and Knuckle Stack I didn't bring either. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to pivot out here. I'm hoping we don't see a Parting Shot. I'm hoping they stay in and try to attack at least once here. But I think Parting Shot could be super free. We are gonna see the Moisture Chain. I'm going to see it knock me down at 261. They're going to get the poison. Dang. Okay, so now I kind of wish I was... I did have... What is called the Covert Cloak, but I switched to Leftovers. Does poison also clear my Confusion? I don't think so. So that was a mistake on my part in prep. I thought it cleared Confusion as well. Oh well. So... Let me see. I get that Pecharunt. It knocked me down to... I didn't see, but 281 is 84%, minus 6 was 78%. So I did 22 with a malignant chain, which is like no attack or no special attack investment at all. So it's pretty bulky. This is a really free Super Fang for me that I could knock on Hariyama coming in, which could be super nice. But I think Super Fang. Let's Super Fang and see what they want to do. I don't think you stay in here. Yeah. Knockoff wasn't a bad middle ground, but I like love Hariyama being at half health if it were to come in. But they're gonna hard Samurai, which is pretty crazy. I'm hoping we break out here. We are gonna break out and get the Super Fang off. So the Sasuke Samurai is now gonna be at 51%, which is super awesome for me. And I low-key want to just stay in and get rid of these hazards right now. I mean, that or I can go hard into. That was a weird switch. Why would you do that? Okay. That or I can go hard into Great Tusk here, but I don't really want to pop my booster just yet. So I think I just want to stay in here. How much is Sacred Sword doing to me though? Sacred Sword. I mean, I live anything from this thing, and I get my health back. That's assuming I get the hit through confusion. So as much as I don't want to go into Great Tusk yet, I'm going to make that play because you don't click the water move here ever. I mean, I suppose you could have flip turned. Oh, you could definitely flip turn there. So maybe that was a bad play, but I really don't want to risk the confusion. I already got lucky ones with it. Don't want to risk it again. Really hoping I don't see flip turn here. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome right now. We're going to see C-Switch, and they're going to miss. That's super awesome. That's amazing for me. We know we outspeed the Samurai here, or if we do get outsped, then they're scarfed and they're locked in the ceaseless. Your pivot into me is like Hariyama. I could EQ first and go from there. Your pivot into my EQ is Kilo. I could also Ice Spinner here. I could CC. I guess CC would be nice to get damage on Kilo. Getting damage on Kilo is nice. That I can spin here. No. Let's just close combat. Let's get damage off. So you go hard Petra. Good on you. Go hard Petra. That's super awesome that they missed the ceaseless though. It's really important. So we're gonna see the Kilo come in. So I'm glad I CC'd here. I really wanted to spin or Ice Spinner, but I felt like CC was just fine. So I low-key want to stay in here and EQ. I think I have to switch out here. Or you just take this turn to roost. So I really want to make that play. The thing is though, just getting a spin off, I'm still like super awesome into this team. So do I make that play? I really want to make that play, like so bad, but we're gonna go into Thundy. I think that's just safer. I really want to make the EQ play right now on either them U-turning, on me switching out, them clicking a roast, anything like that, but I just can't risk it. If I see them do one of those two, okay, we're gonna see a Hurricane. Awesome. Glad I didn't risk it. I really wanted to. 292 to 202, so it did 90 to me with a Hurricane. They're gonna get the confusion, which really can't be too mad about it, right? With what happened. So we're gonna see Thundy come in, and they did 90, so this looks like max special attack. It might have been wrong. It might have been more than 90. It still looks like max special attack. I'm gonna click Sludge Bomb this time. Let's just go for the U-turn. If they go Chomp, Endeavor, I don't like that. I really don't like that. So I need to get this U-turn off. If I don't, then we're in a bad spot. We're gonna get the U-turn off, luckily. So we saw Hurricane. I did not know this thing got Endeavor. That was good on you, mate. So now that puts me in a even worse spot. But I can go into Cinderace and click U-turn. I'm gonna reveal that I'm scarfed here, but it's in order to ensure that nothing else gets endeavored, so I think it's worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this. I click U-turn, and then we'll go from there. I think this is fine. So Ringo, Cinderace is gonna pick up the kill on Kilo, which is super nice for me. So now my Thundy looks a bit better to spam Thunderbolt. Not quite yet. But at least it dealt with the Kilo, which it was supposed to. So I really want to prevent hazards from going up. I think that's my important play. I think going into Primarina is nice, because that forces in, maybe not Primarina. I could go into my Latias here. Latias forces in Metagross. I don't want to force in Metagross either. If I go into Great Tusk here, that forces in Hariyama, and I think that's what I want. I want Hariyama forced in here. I don't want Metagross in to set up rocks. I was hoping to be able to send in Petramunt, because Petramunt, I always have a free pivot into my, what is it called? My Scrafty, but I think this is better, because if I go Primarina, they could still go Metagross on me, and I'm in a bad spot. I don't really switch into Hariyama well, especially because we don't know if they're going to be Terra, Fairy, or Grass. It's going to be one of the two. It just depends what stab they wanted to block. I think Grass makes the most sense for my Thundy, but Fairy also makes sense for like Latias, for Great Tusk. Just in general, it blocks a lot of typing. Fairy's just a really good offensive typing, of course. But they're making a long time on the play, so maybe, I don't know. They're gonna go into Hisuian Samurott. I mean, am I fine taking this damage here? If they're Scarfed, can I live this hit? I can. I can just EQ for free here and pick up the KO, I think. If they're max HP, I kill with an EQ. So I'm clicking it here. I don't know if they're like hoping that I'm not like max speed or something, but I should just be able to EQ, pick up the KO there. That's awesome. Okay. So Tusk kills H Rot. So down that goes. So there's spikes removed. I think Metagross is your rocker at this point. So what are you gonna go into now? I mean, what's up with that Hariyama? Why would you not go into that? Petron, of course, it's gonna eat an EQ, whether it's physically or especially defensive. If it's physically defensive, it takes about 60. But it really can't touch me outside of getting like a confusion, because it doesn't get Willow or anything, luckily. Whereas if it's especially defensive, it's doing like a 75. We're gonna see Metagross come in, so I am concerned about them being agility weakness policy if they're bringing it in like this. If that's the case, how do I want to deal with that? I think I CC first and then EQ. Is that my play? Metagross. If I CC into Earthquake, it'll kill. Psychic Fangs would kill me though, so then maybe I like sack Thundy at that point, which I don't like see a problem with that. Maybe I sack Thundy at that point to get this Pedep drop gone. Because another thought is if I go Cinderace, if they're +2, I outspeed Admin, but I probably don't outspeed Jolly, so I'm going to CC first. I don't want to give them the weakness policy if they have it, so I'm going to CC. It looks like a 2-shot. What are we going to see? We're going to see Psychic Fangs. So down my Great Tusk goes, which sucks because it was really, really nice, but Gross kills... what's that Pokemon called? Killed Tusk. So I could go into Thundy here. That CC did just over half, so it looks like almost no HP investment. Let me see. Go back to Great Tusk Calc. Yeah. So if we go into... Well, actually, that was max HP. Okay. Oh, wait, that's because Proto's active. Let me get rid of Proto. Okay, so yeah, no bulk. If I go into Thundy here, can I Spiral off of Dark Pulse into their team? It looks like it. Only problem would be Hariyama. I could go into Mirko, just fire off a Pyro Ball into their team. That lets in Chomp. Let's go Thundy for now. Let's go Thundy. We can Dark Pulse into their team pretty freely. That, or can I Thunderbolt? I'd rather get the damage off, so let's just click Dark Pulse here. I don't think you kill me with bullet punch. I didn't calculate, but I just imagine I live at this range. I don't know my best play there, whether it was go Cinderace or Thundy, because I think no matter what, they kind of bled in the same things. Either Hariyama can come in on Cinderace if it's thick fat, or it can come in on Thundy right now. Although they're playing it really, really safe, which is interesting. Versus they could go into, say, Garchomp on either one of them as well. So it was kind of up in the air what they wanted to go into, but Thundy's gonna knock out Metagross. So down that goes. I think for this Hariyama, I might just stay in and attack it, although Dark Pulse is really, really nice for the Petrant. They're gonna go Garchomp. I think I stay in and attack this thing. I don't want to pivot out into Prim or anything, so I'm just gonna stay in and attack. I'm gonna find out if it's Scarfed or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and click Dark Pulse here. See what they want to do. Primarina always lives a +2 hit from Chomp. We're gonna see the SD, so it is SD Garchomp, which is fine with me. We're gonna get a Dark Pulse off, get a ton of damage off on this thing. So I could go hard Prim right now to prevent the Scale Shot. What that does is it now allows me to outspeed with Cinderace and pick up the KO. So I think I'm gonna do that now. I probably could have done that last turn, but I felt pretty confident. I wanted to figure out if it was Scarf. Although I guess I didn't figure that out. But we're gonna see a hard Poison Jab, so they play on you. And I thought I EV'd to live that always. So I'm very confused if that killed me right off the bat, but that's fine. So Chomp kills Prim. Fine with me. So I could go into Cinderace, but I could also go into you, into Latias, and I think at this range, Garchomp drops to a Primarina's hit. Or not Primarina, sorry, Latias' missed ball. So we're gonna go ahead and do that instead. We're gonna go into Miss Latias here. And we just get to click Miss Ball for free against this team. I mean, you're switching to me, it does not exist anymore. Of course, Hariyama's there still. I do want to keep Latias around for the Petrant. I don't think it beats it 1v1 necessarily, but it allows me to revenge it with something afterwards, which is nice. And just that Hariyama. I don't know what that Hariyama's up to. That thing's a little annoying. Luckily, it doesn't seem like the C6 edge miss mattered at this point, so that's always nice to see. But we are going to be able to get the kill with Latias. Latias kills Chomp. They might have not had Scale Shot, to be honest, because I think they needed Fire Fang for my Skarmory. Or Fire Blast if they wanted to go that route. So they can go into Hariyama here. So I don't know what this thing does to me. I don't know what this Hariyama wants to do. If they're Belly Drum, we could be in a bad spot, I suppose. So maybe getting the damage off is nice. I can live a knockoff, right? I should always live a knockoff from this thing. So I think I'm going to attack into it and see what they want to do. I could Miss Ball or Future Sight. I think Miss Ball is fine though, just getting off the damage. Or I can go with Future Sight, and what Future Sight does for me, let's just get the damage off. Because Future Sight would punish Petrant coming in as I try to revenge this thing. But we're gonna go ahead and attack into this thing. There's no type that you can change into that like makes you resist this Miss Ball. We're gonna see Terra Normal. So I could have clicked Aura Sphere, but it's fine. We're gonna see the Terra Normal come out here. And we're gonna get off a decent chunk. It depends on its set. Okay, so is it Belly Drum then? No, we're gonna see Facade. Okay, so their Guts Facade. Interesting. So it's gonna knock me down to 162 with the Facade. So it did like just under half. So now that you're burned, does Bullet Punch kill me? No. So I get to click it again here. We should be fine. Let me click miss ball again. So Lottie kills Hariyama. And now just all up to the Petra run, and I think we have it. And I think with this win, we're gonna clutch playoffs, which is super, super awesome. Because of the way that the UNPL playoff system works. GG to our opponent. I don't think that Lisa's edge miss ever mattered because nothing on my team ever took Spike's chip except for would have taken Spike's chip. I think just except for Cinderace, which it didn't matter at all. So that's super, super awesome. So shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. I think we're in a spot to win here. We're gonna get the miss ball off. I think Latias is gonna drop, which is fine. So, oh wait, don't get me. Ah, do I conserve diff? I mean, diff could be nice. But what would I do to conserve diff here? I don't know how I would do that right now. I need to see what pieces I have. I had Thundy in the back. I mean, I guess I just go Thundy here. I think that's my best way to win this game, is just to go into Thundy and just spam Dark Pulse so that I can kill with Miss Ball. I think that's my safest way to win it. So we're gonna go hard Thundy here and just spam Dark Pulse so that we can win it with Latias. But GG though, super awesome that we won this game. We have one more week next week and then playoffs. I'm glad that we were able to bounce back these last 2 weeks between this and then last week. Spoilers, but we bounced back last week because then the 2 weeks before that we had the choke, generational choke with weak armor Skarmory, and then before that we lost to a last second crit, which sucked. But we're doing awesome. I'm glad not to lose to Petra run again. That's awesome. I already lost the Petra run once in a last second comeback, so I'm glad to see that. That shouldn't happen again. I mean, they play into their out right now, which is a little bit annoying. Not annoying, like I understand it. But they're just gonna confuse me so that they can, you know, maybe recover up enough to live the hit. But that looked like a low roll. Parting shot. Okay. We're gonna see a parting shot. I think at that point, I'm just gonna go into Scrafty. Going to Scrafty at this point. That, or can I go into Mirko? How much am I doing to Mirko? Or with Mirko? If I go into Cinderace here, it's in Headbutt. Could be a 2-shot depending on its spread. Probably not because of Black Sludge. Alright. Your turn, Scrafty. Your turn, mate. I mean, he's playing this like well. Like, he's doing what he needs to, but I don't think he's gonna predict the Encore, which is awesome. And then at that point, we'll be in a good spot. So, of course, this thing outspeeds this, so we can't click Encore this turn. I mean, I suppose I could lock it into like Malignant Chain and go from there. If I lock into Malignant Chain, then I just have to let something die. Go into Lottie, and then just hacks again anyway, so I'll just hit him with Scrafty. The Quick Knock will force it into a recover turn, hopefully. Should only have 3 more recovers. Can get another one, dude. Another first time proc. That's a little annoying. Scrafty, I need you to come through here, little bro. I need you to do your thing, por favor. I wish I freaking ran the other item. I wish I ran Covert Cloak this time. I mean, with that knock though, Zen Headbutt might be a 2-shot now, which is nice. So I think you attack me here. That makes the most sense. Or you parting shot. If I lock in a parting shot, are we in a good spot? I guess so. Let's click Encore. We'll lock it into something. We'll go from there. We're gonna see parting shot. Yeah, that's cool. Can I please break through? Por favor. Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna Encore into parting shot. So now we should be able to go into Lottie and just 2-shot this thing. Should have done that a million years ago, but it's all good now. We should just be able to go into Lottie now and win this game. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, you know what? Lottie's a lot weaker than I thought. Oh well. I'm going to Lottie. Lottie might die to poison. And then I can just revenge with something else. And then it's just going to be a 3-0. So. I get one turn. I get one attack off here. 56. Actually, I get 2 attacks off here. Or is it badly poison? What kind of poison does Malignant Chain get off? Is it poison, regular, or toxic poison? There we go. And that's going to be game. We're actually going to end up winning it 4-0 if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. Am I going to die to poison here? Is it regular poison? Okay, it's bad poison. Okay. So, what's that Pokemon called? Let's go into Thundy, because I don't have to risk a miss with Cinderace. And we're just gonna Dark Pulse. Whatever. Let's Thunderbolt for the win, or Dark Pulse for the win. That's gonna be GG once again to our opponent. Go check them out. All the other UNPL coaches down in the description below. You can also go check out the entire UNPL playlist to see how we got to this point in the season and how we managed to clinch off playoffs. You can go check that out down in the description below. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. Like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new and for more draft league content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.